We all wake up, go about our days, do our work, scroll through our feeds, make plans, have dreams, and try our best to figure it all out. But once in a while, in the quiet moments, maybe when you're brushing your teeth, staring at the ceiling at night, or stuck in traffic, this thought creeps in. What's the point of all this? We live, we die, and everything in between seems to be a long sequence of trying to give meaning to something we didn't ask for in the first place. Where did we come from? Where are we going? And why are we even here? If we knew the answers to those questions, maybe we could sleep a little easier. But the truth is, we don't. And the universe doesn't seem to care. You could be a genius, a saint, or a serial killer. In the end, time will swallow you whole. Just like it swallowed every emperor, philosopher, and poet before you. And that terrifying silence from the universe is where absurdism begins. Not with an answer, but with the realization that there might not be one. What is the absurd? Absurdism isn't about comedy, though there is something darkly funny about the human condition. Absurdism is the confrontation between two things. One, the human desire to find meaning. Two, and a universe that offers none. We are creatures obsessed with asking why. Why did this happen? Why are we here? Why do I matter? But we live in a world that never responds. Nature doesn't explain itself. The stars don't give us instructions, and death doesn't provide closure. It's like shouting questions into an empty canyon and only hearing the echo of your own voice. This is what Albert Camus, the French-Algerian philosopher, called the absurd. Not because life is ridiculous, but because we expect it to make sense, and it doesn't. So what do we do with that? Most people, when faced with this absurd realization, do what Camus called philosophical suicide. They cling to religion or ideology or some grand narrative that explains everything. Not because they know it's true, but because they can't bear the idea that nothing might be. Others choose literal suicide, believing that if life has no meaning, why continue? Camus believed both were forms of surrender, giving up the struggle. But he offered a third option, one that might sound surprising: revolt. The rebel against meaninglessness. Camus argued that instead of giving up, we must live in defiance of the absurd, not by escaping it, but by embracing it. Imagine being on a roller coaster. You don't know where it's going. You didn't design the track. You can't get off. You can either scream in terror the whole ride, or throw your hands in the air and enjoy the chaos. That's what Camus meant by revolt. Not physical rebellion, but a state of mind, a choice to keep living, keep creating, keep loving, even when you know it might not matter. The myth of Sisyphus. To explain this, Camus used the Greek myth of Sisyphus, a man cursed by the gods to push a giant boulder up a mountain, only for it to roll back down each time he reached the top. For eternity. Sounds like hell, right? But Camus saw something else. He wrote, "One must imagine Sisyphus happy." Why? Because once Sisyphus accepts that the boulder will always fall, he is free. He owns his fate. He defines his own purpose. The struggle itself becomes the meaning. Searching for meaning is what gives it. Here's the paradox. Life might not come with a built-in meaning. But that doesn't mean it's meaningless. We assign meaning, we create it. That cup of coffee in the morning, that smile from a stranger, that song that hits at just the right time, all of that is real, and we get to choose how much it matters. The absurd isn't depressing, it's liberating. Absurdism often gets lumped in with nihilism, but they're not the same. Where nihilism says, nothing matters, so why care? Absurdism says, nothing matters, so you're free to care about anything. It's the difference between being crushed by the weight of the universe and dancing under its stars. You don't need permission from the cosmos to find joy. You don't need an ultimate goal to pursue beauty or love or justice. You just need to decide, this matters to me. And that's enough. Absurdism in modern life. Take a look around. In today's world, We're bombarded with information, crises, ideologies. Everyone's screaming for you to believe what they believe, to live how they live. But absurdism asks you to step back, to remember, no one actually knows what they're doing. There's no rule book, no objective scorecard, and that's not a bug in the system. It is the system. So instead of trying to win a game no one understands, maybe we focus on playing with style. Is freedom worth the uncertainty? Of course, freedom comes with fear. If no one can tell you what your purpose is, then it's up to you to make one. That's scary, but it's also the greatest form of empowerment. You're not trapped by fate. You're not just a pawn in some cosmic plan. You're a free agent with the terrifying, beautiful responsibility of writing your own story. Final thoughts. So what do we do, really, in a world that gives us no answers? We laugh, we cry, we create, we destroy, we hope, we fail, we love, we lose, and we keep going anyway. That's the revolt. That's what makes us human. Life may not make sense, but it doesn't need to. It just needs to be lived. And that's enough. If you made it this far, then you're probably someone who thinks deeply about life. You ask questions most people are too afraid to face, and that already makes you part of a rare kind of mind. So here's your challenge. Don't search for meaning like it's hidden under a rock. Make it, live it, be it, because sometimes meaning doesn't come before action, it comes from it. So maybe life doesn't hand us answers. Maybe the universe stays silent no matter how loud we scream why, but in that silence, we're free to create our own meaning. If this video made you think, even for a moment, then you're already part of the conversation. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if it resonated with you, and subscribe to Thinxile for more deep dives into existence, meaning, and the mysteries of being human. This isn't just a channel, it's a space for minds like yours. Until next time, keep questioning everything.